Hiya, it's Deputy Prime Minister, proud Northerner, basic instinct enthusiast, and our fourth sexiest woman in the UK, Angela Rayner, and welcome to another no-brainer with Angela Rayner. Well, as you can see, I'm not very happy chappy today. It's been a very difficult night for us Labours and a very difficult morning, and we've had to face up to reality. It's been particularly difficult for our Keir. He's very much in the midst of a mentee bee. That's Gen Z speak for mental breakdown. Was trying to get through to him this morning. Our Toria, just nothing worked. In the end, she had to call Lord Ali, and he came over and he gave him a very relaxing neck and shoulder massage, and just gave him a good old pep talk. By the end of it, he was quite chipper and ready to face the press, and he did. Like a true leader, he stepped up and he walked out with his head held high, and he said quite simply, I get it.
I get it.
I do, I get it. And we all get it. We understand why Reform have done so well in the local elections. We get it. We know that it is entirely down to the rise of the far-right adjacent and all of the far-right adjacent news channels like GB News and Talk TV and all of the idiots on X that are pushing this agenda. It is very clear, it is very dangerous and very worrying, and it's left us shook, very much shook. But do you know what? We know what we have to do to get back into the good graces of the British people. It was very sad to see what happened in Runcorn. It was very close. It was so close. It was such a close run race. And it was really, really sad to see that they won by such a tiny amount. And when the result came out, it was like they'd won by about 4 votes. So us Labour said, we want a recount. That's not right. That's too close. We need a recount. Until they did. And then they found 2 extra votes for Reform. So they ended up winning by 6 votes instead. So we're like, oh, enough, right. No more recounts. We're good. We don't need any more. And it is, the whole situation is very, very sad, but it is very clear who is responsible for Runcorn, and that is our Mike. If Mike Amesbury had have kept his hands to himself when his constituent wanted to have a conversation with him and didn't decide to instead lamp him and then lamp him 6 more times, then perhaps we wouldn't be in this situation. And if he'd taken his punishment on the chin like he should have done and just gone to prison for the couple of weeks he was sent down for, instead of appealing it and ended up with a slap on the wrist, insulting his constituents further, then maybe we wouldn't be here right now. So thanks very much, Mike Amesbury, for doing everything that you did, because you've ruined us Labour's reputation in Runcorn and we'll probably never get it back. So thank you very, very little. Absolutely ridiculous. And people are saying, oh, it's because, you know, oh, Keir Starmer should have cut. Our Keir was very busy. He didn't have time to go to Runcorn. So Farage can shut it, because it's nothing to do with him not showing up. He cares very deeply about the people of Runcorn, and he sent his best. And he hoped that they would vote correctly. And it's very sad that they didn't. But there you go. We did have some wins somewhere, so well done, Donny. That was good. They did the right thing, and you know there was other places too, so we didn't do too badly. But I have to say, this very strange relationship between GB News presenters and Reform is a little bit suspicious as far as we're concerned, because somebody else that used to be on GB News did very well in County Durham. That Darren Grimes lad, sorry, I don't know what you were thinking. You should have stuck to GB News. You'd have done a better job. But it's very, very disappointing to see things the way that they are. And it's very sad to see the surge of the far-right adjacents all over the UK. And I have to say, we should all be pretty scared right now if it's going in that direction. So we know what we have to do to pull people back. And Keir said, Angela, you are a working class girl. You're from a working class background. It's time you communicated with your people. And I said, I know how to speak to the people, and I will do that. So here we go, from a working class girl to the working class people of the United Kingdom. I get it. I totally understand you. I understand exactly everything that you're thinking and what you're going through and what drove you to do what you did. And, you know, I left school early too. You know, my education wasn't good either. But I managed to pull myself up and out of that and do very well for myself. And, you know, it takes a bit of re-educating, and perhaps that's what you need, is to re-educate, because we don't want another Brexit, do we? We don't want to go down that road. And that's where it's going to go if you don't sort yourselves out, educate yourselves on politics, or just stay out of it. Maybe just stay out. I don't know what you need to do, but all I'll say is, don't mess it up for the rest of the country because you're a bit thick. That's all I'm saying. But I love you very much, and I can relate to you. I understand everything about you and your background, everything, because I am one of you. But also, don't be a dingbat about everything. Anyway, it's sad, but we're going to learn from this, and we are going to be on the lookout for the far right adjacent, because it's clearly rising. You should be very scared about it, but it's not going to stop us Labourers from going from strength to strength. I'll see you again on another no-brainer with Angela Rayner. Don't mess it up for the rest of the country because you're a bit thick.